Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Friday. We're going to be diving into the book of Exodus as we have been all week long. We're going to be in Exodus chapter 29. We're going to talk about very specific details of the tabernacle of where God's presence was to dwell among his people and to say, hey, I am your God. I am your provider. Go through these things, these sacrifices and very detailed, very specific details to show that, hey, this God here is the God above all other gods. And because there are so many other gods in that time, and what God was establishing, he's saying that, hey, I am above, I'm sovereign, I'm above any other God. So go through these sacrifices, these ceremonies to show that you trust me. And this is no different in today. In Exodus chapter 29, starting in verse 38, they had to make these sacrifices to the Lord every single day. Listen to what they had to do. Starting in verse 38. This is what you are to offer on the altar regularly each day. Again, altar represented a sacrifice, a place where you go and you give to the Lord. This is what you need to do. 2 lambs a year old. Offer one in the morning and the other at twilight. With the first lamb, offer a tenth of ephah of the finest flour mixed with a quarter of hin of oil from pressed olives, and a quarter of hin of wine as a drink offering. Sacrifice the other lamb at twilight with the same grain offering and its drink offering as in the morning, a pleasing aroma, a food offering presented to the Lord. For all the generations to come, this burnt offering is to be made regularly at the entrance of the tent of meeting before the Lord. There I will meet you and speak to you. There also I will meet with the Israelites, and the place will be consecrated by my glory. So I will consecrate the tent of meeting, and the altar will consecrate Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. Then I will dwell among the Israelites and be their God. They will know that I am the Lord their God, who brought them out of Egypt, so that I might dwell among them. I am the Lord their God. So I'm so thankful that we don't have to offer 2 lambs a day, a year old. But one thing that I want us to be challenged by is this. You know, sometimes we go to the Lord just half-heartedly. Sometimes we go to the Lord and don't actually appreciate his sovereignty. Sometimes we go to the Lord and we take his presence for granted because he is everywhere. He is anytime, anywhere. He's all powerful. He's all knowing. He is our provider. He is our banner. He is our victor. He is our healer. And sometimes we don't actually understand the blessing of who God is and the availability that he is to us anytime, anywhere. And so sometimes we go to the Lord to say, oh, like, can you give me this? Or we go to the Lord complaining. We go to the Lord saying, oh, I don't have this, or God, I want this. And we don't understand fully because we're not truly sacrificing. We're just going to the Lord And one thing that the Lord is saying here is saying, go to me in sacrifice. Offer to me a sacrifice so that way you are ready to be in my presence. Let's go to the Lord today with a fear of who he is, a respect, a reverence of who he is. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you to sacrifice your lamb, your goat, your dog, your cat, your fish, nothing like that. What I'm saying to you is let's go to the Lord in humility. Let's go to the Lord with an openness. Let's go to the Lord saying, God, you are my provider. God, I know, just like how you said that you speak to the Israelites, God, I know that you speak to me today. So God, open up my ears. God, soften my heart. God, open up my mind that I may be receptive to who you are, to what you have to say, and that I would have the boldness to do what you say. May that be your heart. May that be your attitude. May that be your posture as you go to the Lord today. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.